Oh, CarX, how I love these so much. CarX is a game. CarX is the type of video game that you actually see what it was, and you didn't think about it until you bought it. And well, let's just say that, in my opinion, this is by far the best purchase I ever gotten out of the game entirely. But what most people didn't realize is that, unlike everyone else, I got the game around 2020. So yeah, if you do the basic math, you will know that I had this game since last year. So overall, the game is actually pretty fun, and there's actually a game coming out soon. So yeah, overall, this is actually one of the games that I know that is going to reach like triple A type deals. And when it comes to the game and the new Car X Street game, all I know is that it's going to do really well. So for the most part, here are the rules. I'm going to be talking about my Car X Street Wishlist. Now, there are, hold on, before doing anything else, boom, there you go. Anyways, this is my Car X Street Wishlist. So, here are the rules. There's only, I categorize these by 5. Okay, so I categorize these by five subjects: menus, location, vehicles, customization, and miscellaneous. And here are the rules. My list of things I want to see is a lot different than everyone else's. So, without any further ado, let's get started on this mess. So, without any further ado, yeah, here we go. Alright, let's start off with the menus. What I liked about the menus in Car X Street Racing is that they're very simple, and you will know what they are is because they're actually along with the tabs. They have everything that is similar to the games that were from not the 1990s, but they're very simple. Um, but overall, it's interesting to see that a game like Car X has a lot type of simpler type of, no, it's not a vibe. It's more like they give you what you want. Like they want you to realize that you can actually see what type of things there are in that menu. That also includes earning that is ranging from going to drift races to even going through time attacks, as well as tandems, and heck, even online. And along with the addition of cross platforming, it is one of the best things to actually have. And not to mention, it actually has very simple menus. So things such as going to customize your car, painting your car, what part of the wheels can be painted, or heck, even window tint and tire smoke. Which, keep in mind that that a lot of these things literally cost literally like a full-on arm and a leg. It's pretty much one of the things that you can actually do without. So literally by the time that this video is done, Car X Street Racing has an update, and we're getting ours 2 weeks later. So yeah, just go a little off topic. Without any further ado, let's move on to the next. Topic. All right, so locations. The location is very important to a racing game, because if you have something as short as Let's see. I'm about to say which game has the shortest amount of high speed say. Okay, so literally the game I know that's the shortest. I wouldn't say short, but it's not long either. It's basically the Need Speed Underground for the PS2's map, which is by far, in my opinion, the smallest map you ever come across. And keep in mind that it is, that the game came out in 2008, and the in the PS3 version of the same game has a bigger map than that. So what I see is that even though yes, that's a large map, give us some variety that we can actually do. So for example, if there's a drag strip, you can go drag racing. Um, if there's a track, we can go either track racing or we can go drifting. Um, if there's like canyons, we can do some grassroots drifting, and not to mention like if it's a city, have us explore it. Like don't just have like a city and then it's not explorable, and basically having that much of an idea is pretty much one of the things that can actually happen. Um, Another thing that like to I like to see in terms of the locations is car meet areas. There should be like either a parking lot or at least a parking garage for us to park our cars, and then we have ourselves a car meet. If they're like special events, then that would make more sense. But overall, the locations that I've seen right now in Car X Street is pretty promising. I can say that for sure. Like, if anything, this shows more promise than any type of racing game I've ever seen. Anyways, let's move on to the next topic. Vehicles. Vehicles in a racing game is very important, and it's no different when it comes to Car X. Now, for those that wanted a Japanese only racing game, and you guys adding all those Japanese cars, keep in mind there's a game for that. It's called Tokyo Stream Racer, where every single car is Japanese, and there's no American cars there. Oh well, except for a few, and as well as the European cars. But what I like to see in Car X is variety. Now, when it comes to racing games in general, they either focus on not one subject. They usually focus on one type of vehicle, and they just add a lot of them. And it's kind of frustrating since, well, even though the Need for Speed games has, let's see, the first Iron Need for Speed games actually has 3 tuner cars and a bunch of supercars. There is some variety. The second era, on the other hand, has tuners only in the first game, tuners, a handful of muscle cars, and trucks in the second game, and then the third game is just a bunch of modern cars. And modern cars, Carbon has the tuner muscle exotic type mess. Pro Street is same thing but with newer cars. Undercover, it's basically the same thing as needs to be Carbon and Pro Street. Needs to be Shift, same thing. Needs to be Nitro. They added trucks back, and then, well, you know the rest. Minute Club has 5 car types to choose from, ranging from tuners, muscle, exotic, sport bikes, choppers, and heck, even including SUVs and trucks. And as well as some luxury cars. Now, what I see in Car X is that not only variety, but they should have like a car class and how different those vehicles are. Like for example, let's say that I want to gain Evo 10, but I can't afford it. And this is actually something I haven't seen in any racing game ever. Actually, I haven't seen this in a racing game in a while, and that is to trade up cars. Like you can actually trade in a car for a different vehicle. Like this only happened in Midnight Club Los Angeles, and it was one of the best features to actually get yourself into a new car. You know, yes, it's not recommended. I mean, trust me, my 12-year-old me will know about this. Excuse me. In any case, the cars themselves. In any case, in terms of car count, I really hoping that I'm just hoping that they don't listen to the people that are like I want a lot of cars. Yeah, I can speak today. I want a lot of cars like in Forza. Like, can you give us Forza numbers of cars? Now, here's the difference between each and every single racing game. They're all different in their own way. For example, Need for Speed is known to, even though it has less cars than Forza, they have customization, which you have to figure out because CarX to me is CarX to me is simply a better Need for Speed. It was a blessing in disguise. Even though I had to pay literally like $40 for it, it's still one of the best purchases I ever done in my entire gaming career. So there's that. Now for those I'm wondering, okay, why are you ranting about people that want games to be like Forza? Because Forza is Forza, Need for Speed is Need for Speed, Midnight Club is Midnight Club, and as well, CarX is CarX. They're totally different games from the same genre. Now, when it comes to how many do they want to add is beyond them. And keep in mind that the Forza games, half of the cars are concept cars. Well, that could be the same up with the Gran Turismo, but that's besides the point. For the most part, okay, let's see. Here's an example on what kind of cars that a lot of people want to do, and and for many people, they want an RX-8 in the game. They want a Nissan S14 in the game. They want a Lexus GS in the game. That's basically another thing. In fact, most people that actually want the reason why people asking what cars they want to add in the game is because they probably own the car in real life, which keep in mind is pretty cool that you're recreating your own car. Like for example, some people want the Accord Coupe in the game, or the sedan version of the Accord, or they want a Sentra or Maxima or even an Altima for that matter, and or they want to have like a base Lancer that is from like 2017 and older. So yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Customization. Well, this is where my expertise come in. Now, customization is really important in the game because most likely, why buy the vehicle if you're not gonna modify the absolute mess out of it? I mean, seriously, if you take a look at the 2000s, the 2000s was the epiphany of modification beyond belief. Seriously, if you were around in the 2000s and you would notice a bunch of Sonic XBs and TCs and XAs and XDs parked in one parking lot, and every single one of them has a different modification. In fact, I'm pretty sure I remember correctly, those cars are meant to be customized. And it actually shows. These type of cars are overall not as expensive as many people thought it would be, but well yeah. In terms of CarX's CarX's customizations, it's actually pretty good. So I want them to keep it that way, but make sure they add more stuff. And judging by the screenshots, they're legit adding more stuff. Um, for example, they're adding neon, they're adding NOS, and heck, they're even adding. Hopefully they add like a trunks a trunk type of thing where you can actually not park, where you can actually show off your custom trunk with like speakers, subwoofers, amplifiers, bags, or well, not trying to say hydraulics, but still, um, yeah. Overall, it's actually is one of the most interesting things that ever happened in racing games ever since the 2000s. So, yeah. So on to the final topic. The final topic, well, it's not really a topic, it's just miscellaneous stuff. So, for those that are wondering, why miscellaneous stuff? Well, this is the part where I go absolutely bat crazy over here. Anyways. Well now, for the most part I actually like to see for the most part I like to see bags in the racing game that well then again there's already bags in racing games. Like seriously, if you take a look at Midnight Club, they actually was the one that did it first. I would say they did hydraulics first as well, but no, that belonged to Need for Speed. But in fact, Need for Speed wasn't the first one to add low riders. In fact, I forgot what that game was, but it was a low riding game, and let's just say that they already they have they have everything on lockdown, so they're locked down. So there's that. Um, let's see. Overall, trucks as well as SUVs, they should be added to the game. Just you know, just for like variety. I mean, then again, if you've seen how many people literally race in trucks, you'll be surprised. Let's see. Oh yeah, police. How can I forget about the police? Um, even though even though it looks like there are gonna be a bunch of police activities in Car X Street, like that's gonna be one thing that I like to see. Um, as well as um, like other than racing, like they should have like some sort of like literally like missions. Like for example, like you have to take a taxi and you try your best not to not go crazy or do what the customer has to tell you to do. It's like, for example, oh man, I'm bored. Hey taxi, can you drive me to the nearest arcade? And then you try to actually get him to literally be excited about drifting around a drift taxi, because that would be pretty insane. Or or for example, if you want to have let's see, or let's say in any case you want to actually add um like don't give us like little to no missions or too many missions, because that'll be that'll be repetitive, and it's not good if something is repetitive. But overall, it's actually a very interesting thing to actually do in Car X Street. Or basically, you can actually do delivery missions. Like, for example, go to a pizza place and you have to deliver pizzas, and you have to get there as fast as you can without damaging the car, because if you damage the car, you damage the pizza. Same thing with the donut shop. Like, you have a donut delivery vehicle. If you basically do not want to damage the car, if you damage the car, you damage the donuts. So kind of like that. Um, and heck, you can even and heck, I see. I know this sounds like a GTA thing, but you can even help being a getaway driver. Like, like the fast, like, literally you go into an unmarked vehicle, and then you try to wait until they got into the vehicle, and try to get away from the cops. And then when you get away from the cops, you actually it's get away from the cops, you hide the car, and then you get into a different vehicle. And yeah, that'll basically and yeah, you basically got into like some like regular old vehicle, like for example, like a base model Lancer or something. Um, yeah, overall, um, yeah, and then the last thing that I want to see is well, I think vanity items are going. I want to be like I want to see some vanity items, so things like speaker boxes, or like trunk setups, or heck, even like an air ride system that is like exposed in the truck. Or actually, there's another thing that I haven't seen in a while, and that will be glass type hoods. And now you're thinking, well, why do you want that in a game where everything's gonna be customizable? Well, it's quite simple, because clear glass hoods was a thing around the 2000s, and it still is to this day. Overall, in order to summarize things, for menus, I like to be simple, and make sure that they keep it simple. Locations, give us variety. That's basically how this works. Um, oh, and make sure that the map is big. Like, do not like it's not just big. Just at least give us some variety for us to do what we need to do. As well as in terms of vehicles, give us variety. I don't want the game to actually have over 100,000 Japanese cars. Like, at least give us like some variety of cars. Like, for example, let's say you want to add like 50 American, 50 European, 50 Japanese cars. Like, that will add to around 150 cars, which that is plenty for. Yeah, that actually sounds plenty for what kind of car list that they're going with. But still, it's not that bad. Customization. Oh, I forgot to add one more thing about customization. Make sure they guys add like license plates that, or actually at least custom plates that you can actually add to the game. Um, yeah. Overall, customization. Like, variety is good, but make sure that is rich type customization. And then last but not least, miscellaneous. You already saw that topic around. So overall, I guess that's it for the Car X Street Wishlist. Alright, I'm gonna greet you guys in the end. So, yeah, I'll see you guys there. Alright, so overall, it's actually a interesting, an interesting type of wish list. So, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. You can follow me on Instagram at Godjerry27 Sound Productions. You can follow me on Twitter at GD247S. You can check out my Discord at God27 Sound Productions Garage Museum. And not to mention, make sure that you hit the bell notifications to be notified of all the videos that are coming out. That includes today's live stream. So, without any further ado, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys have a dope Friday. This is God just signing off. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.